Hello everybody, this is Professor Hill. This is a short video for our class, Introduction to Ethics 2306 here at St. Philip's College. And I'm writing today again about the Jenny Lake case. This is our discussion number 2, the first really difficult case study we're having to wrestle with after reading the first part of our book, Doing Ethics by Louis Vaughn. And what's interesting is people started to make contributions, started to comment on their classmates, which is all good. And then I released that video yesterday talking about, the role of Jenny's mother in this. And so some people are kind of rethinking their position or even re-editing some of what they said about the case. So what I want to do is throw in one more wrinkle here. I know it's Friday the 9th, and our essays are due Sunday night, the 11th. But again, I want you to think about this related case and how it compares and contrasts to the Jenny Lake case. Because what happened yesterday, the whole thing about the mother and the fact that she's a minor underscored the point that, well, one of the first things we have to do in ethical decision making is clarify who's making the decision. And who the decision maker is, what their role is, it's terribly important. So there's a related case about a 17-year-old girl that found out she had cancer, very much like Jenny Lake. She was not pregnant, so that never enters into this picture. But what became a fascinating case study is that the girl, 17-year-old, her name is Cassandra, she decides, I don't want chemotherapy and radiation. And the doctors say to her, well, look, given the type of cancer that you have, she has Hodgkin's lymphoma. They said, you really need the chemotherapy. And look, in your case, your odds of getting better with chemotherapy are really high. They're well over 80%. So that's the good news. Let's start the chemotherapy. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm refusing. And they said, well, why? The doctor said, I don't understand. She says, no, I read on the internet that chemotherapy is like poison and that I don't want you to put poison in my body. And they're like, well, okay, look, it doesn't quite work like that. Yes, it does kill the cancer cells and there are these side effects. You use your hair, you get nausea, you're sick. But the point is, it kills the cancer and keeps you alive. It's the best treatment to cure you. She's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Well, she's 17 years old. So the doctors say, okay, well, look, I'm sorry, but you're a minor. They turn to the mom and say to the mom, look, you know the situation. We need you to authorize the chemotherapy treatment over your daughter's wishes. And the mom says, oh, no, I would never do that. My daughter's right. Who do you think showed her all this stuff on the internet about chemotherapy being cancer? I'm not going to. I refuse as well. I uphold my daughter's decision. Now, it really is the mom's decision because, again, she's 17. But the mom's saying, no, don't do it. Now, this is an interesting case. At this point, what do you think the doctors did? They went to court. That's right. And they argued the mom is endangering the life of this minor child. We need to have the daughter taken away. Send in Child Protective Services, get custody of that girl, and force the chemotherapy on her. And the courts went, yeah, you're right, we should do that. Now, and by the way, that's exactly what happened. Now, I got to tell you, lots of people kind of are shocked and react wildly to this because one of the principles at stake in our kind of whole medical system is that the patient drives the decision making, right? The doctors give you options, they tell you what you can do or not do, but you're kind of always in charge of your own health and making the decisions. God knows we don't want to turn that completely over to the doctors, but that's assuming that it's an adult making decisions for themselves. In this case, the girl, Cassandra, couldn't make the decisions because she was a minor. And then the mom, who's now in charge of the decision-making process, says no but she's not making the decision for herself about her own care. By the way, if it was her mom and her mom's an adult, makes the decision she refuses treatment, the doctors go, well, all we could do is inform you. But the fact that she was making a decision for a minor child that endangers this child, they're like, oh, no, now we're stepping into child endangerment, abuse. And so the courts went, yeah, okay. And so they went in there, removed the girl, forced chemotherapy on her at a hospital. And they did this, and they started when she had just turned 17 or a couple of months into it. And so they did it until she turned 18. And when she turned 18, she said, stop, and they stopped. But they had already completed the course of chemotherapy, and her Hodgkin's lymphoma went into remission. But she was angry about it. I mean, it had saved her life, went into remission, but she was really upset about not having her decision-making powers respected. There's an interesting comparison and contrast to our case and about the decision-making and who has control of that. By the way, just so you know, that story about Cassandra, she was first diagnosed in 2014. They did the therapy in 2015. She went into remission in 2016, but at the end of 2016 and the beginning of this year, it came back. And so now the current situation is she has established a GoFundMe page. You can find it, GoFundMe.com, Help Cassandra's Second Battle with Cancer, because it's back. And now she wants the chemotherapy. She's having trouble affording it. She's behind on her bills and this kind of stuff. So she started a GoFundMe page, Cassandra's Second Battle with Cancer, if you want to look it up. It's an interesting comparison to our situation here and about the locus or center of who makes the decision and why. So stay focused on Jenny Lake, but I thought that would make an interesting comparison to her case. So a little more to chew on and think about. I'll give you one more message tomorrow, Saturday the 10th, before our assignments are all due Sunday night late. Anyway, again, take care. Keep reading, keep thinking, keep writing, keep responding to your classmates. The dialogue right now is unfolding in a great way. There's lots of back and forth. So keep it up, folks. You're doing great. Take care. Bye-bye.